back at North Avenue Beach, the Miller Lite Chicago Open. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. We are set, ready to go as the crowd settling in here, getting ready for what should be a great semifinal. Tim Hovland and Mike Dodd, Adam Johnson, and Ricky Luyties. Here we go. And Luyties hits the first ball in the bottom of the net. What do you make of this match, Paul?
Well, it depends, I think, on the stamina of Dodd and Hovland. Marvin Hall up top, getting more chances to referee in the big matches. Rick Olmstead down below. If Hovland and Dodd can get off to a good start, it's not a long, drag-out affair, I think they can definitely compete. I think Ricky Luyties has got to start stepping up. This is a very, very talented player. He and Adam Johnson have high expectations for this season. They have certainly lived down all the success they had last year. Now would be exactly at the midpoint, a good time to turn it around.
Adam Johnson, 8 career wins. He won his first with Pat Powers last year. Won most of his tournaments with Ricky Luyties. However, he did win 2 tournaments this year with Kent Steffes. So Luyties and Johnson, Hovland and Dodd. Hovland and Dodd wearing the shirts. Hovland in the tank top kind of variety, but watch for him. 6'4", 200, coming off that 15-stitch foot injury that he occurred in the Clearwater tournament. Dancing up on the stage, cut his foot on an electric light socket. Hob was out for, what was it, 3 weeks, Paul?
Well, over a month, yeah, really. And then he came back in San Diego, was at about 50%. And then last week at the Cuervo up in Boulder played better, but this week has looked extremely good. Siding out well, playing good volleyball. There you see Ricky Luyties, the prototype volleyball player. 6'5", can set, move, jump, block. Great hands, played this last year in France, and has been struggling so far. Tore ligaments in his wrist towards the end of his indoor season and has been slow to respond out here on the Pro Beach Tour.
So Mike Dodd to serve. Hovland and Dodd. You see Dodd, 6'4", 190, 57 career wins. He's 4th on the all-time list. There's Hovland. Stuffs one through. Now Hovland this week looks much more animated, I should say, than he did last week. Not wearing the foot dig, so his foot must be nicely healed.
Foot's much better, and he's winning. You know, Hov is a great competitor. Things go well, and you can start to turn it up in terms of the emotion. And Mike Dodd, I think, has really been the key. He's been siding out extremely well, and in, I think, in the best shape he's been in a long time.
Beautiful dig. And Dodd puts it away. So Javi Dodd, the Twin Towers. When do you remember them last?
Looking a little bit like the team of old. They've had some very long games. They beat Powers and Lewis earlier in the tournament, 15-14. On time, very, very difficult long match, but Mike Dodd has been playing great defense throughout the course of this tournament.
Dodd set to serve, 3 serving, nothing.
Keeping the ball on Luyties almost every time.
10-minute game. Luyties pops it hard down the pipe. So Ricky Luyties thunders a kill down.
Yeah, Ricky Luyties has all the ability in the world. There's not a better athlete out on the tour, save for maybe Karch Kirai. Kent Steffes to give him a run for his money. Luyties just has to play with some confidence, challenge the block, not make mental, unforced errors.
Adam Johnson to put the ball in play out of San Clemente, California. Trains in Capistrano Beach as Hovland thumps one through. So Tim Hovland. Kings of the Bank, Hovland and Dodd back in 1989.
Talking about the Kings, Tim Hovland, a big Kings fan. He said, if I don't start winning some tournaments, I'm going to have to cancel my season tickets. I can't afford them anymore.
Hovland, a 4-sport star in high school, Westchester, California. Here's Luyties. And Luyties hits one off the block out of bounds. So Ricky Luyties getting a good workout.
You saw Mike Dodd, excuse me, Chris, blocking that time against Ricky Luyties. Adam Johnson bump setting. I think he should set the ball with his hands much more. Mike Dodd, a much underrated blocker because he didn't get that many chances earlier in his career, but I think it's helped Tim Hovland's recovery in that he's not blocking each and every time Dodd sharing those duties.
And right down the line goes Tim Hovland. So Hovland getting his workout. The Hov back in the fold.
Watch for Luyties and Johnson to keep the ball on Tim Hovland, start fake blocking a lot more. Hov's not pinging the ball and hitting the ball as hard as he used to, shooting the ball around a lot more. Luyties is a good idea to fake block.
3-0 Hovland and Dodd. And Luyties out of bounds, so that's going to be another point.
Into the antenna. The antennas were brought to the Pro Beach Tour last season, and you'll see the ball. There's the antenna. And the ball goes right into the antenna, outside or in contact with the antennas, out of bounds.
Marvin Hall and Rick Olmstead, our two officials today. Two good ones. 4-0. Hovland Dodd looking to make it 5. Hobb has it up. And pretty nice dig by Johnson, getting it back. Looking for a 5-0 change. Javi. Wild thing is done. And it was touched, apparently. Dodd! No! Javi! Yes! You think they're fired up? They missed being anywhere near the winner's circle. The Twin Towers looking very good.
They're revved up 5-zip. We're coming back to Chicago after this.
There's so many years of saying, you know, when is a player with that much talent and that much potential really going to come through? He certainly did that last year. The injury to his wrist has certainly taken its toll the beginning of his Pro Beach season in '92.
And Adam Johnson, certainly one of the young up-and-comers. And if you can say that, certainly one of the stars, I should say. 8-2 is our score. A packed house here at North Avenue Beach. Chicago Bulls fans, all of them. And a little cut shot, nicely done by Mike Dodd. 1985, he was the leading money winner on the beach, $32,850. Last year. What a win that was for Ricky Luyties. They say that he couldn't win the big one, and Mike Dodd took him right there. Of course, Luyties did win one tournament before with Karch Karai in '87, the '87 Manhattan, but none of the AVP players played in it.
Right, not a sanctioned tournament.
Right. Luyties did win it, however, and I think it does count. I think you got to count.
Great dig. Ah, and there's Mr. Thunder.
But that's what I want Ricky Luyties to do 8 times out of 10.
Well, he wants to do it too, Paul.
Well, his partners just bomb away cross court. Hobbs in the right spot. Ricky with the good read. Nice block on the cross court. Sometimes I just think Ricky tightens up a little bit and doesn't let his talent flow through.
Little spinner to Dodd. Nice dig by Luyties. Can he put it away? Scoop back over by AJ. Dodd. Oh, and that's in. It was in. It did catch the line, and Mike Dodd puts it away.
Did you notice that Adam Johnson was blocking at that time? Maybe the play on to fake block didn't work out, but Luyties anyway with a nice dig. Johnson and Luyties just need to get into a good side-out rhythm. The breeze picking up just a little bit. Johnson and Luyties are on the good side. They're downwind.
You're exactly right, Paul. If they can side out, they'll win matches because they score literally as fast as any team on the beach.
Well, in the finals of the winners bracket, they were down to Kirai and Steffes 12-4. I thought it was over. I went to watch another match. I came back. It was 12-10. Kirai and Steffes eventually won that match, and I asked Karch afterwards. He said, hey, Ricky just started blocking everything in sight, and that's exactly what he did last year when they were successful.
Johnson trailing 2-8. For Hovland with a quick snap. Here he comes, and there it goes.
Great set by Mike Dodd. Adam Johnson going for it, 100% on the jump serve. A tight pass to the net. Mike Dodd with the perfect set.
Now, you know when Tim Hovland is playing well, because you look at him right now, 8-2, he's still got his shirt on. He will rip that thing into smithereens if Luyties and Johnson score another couple of points. He'll do his incredible Hulk routine and try to get the fans with him. Although I think they're already with him, don't you think?
They're with him. The people who follow the game know that Hobb and Dodd have not won together in a long, long time. And they've given this same, you know, a lot of these people come back to this location each and every year, and they know Hobb and Dodd and how competitive and how good they've been through the last 10 years.
It is one big weekend here in Chicago with the Chicago Bulls trying to wrap it up. And most of these fans will bail out when that game starts, so they're hoping to get the tournament in before warm-ups, before MJ and the Bulls do their thing. Dodd, he hit it out. So another point to Johnson and Luyties, and slowly, here they come.
Johnson and Luyties just have to hang in, stay with their game plan. See, there's the fake block. That's the play and the strategy they're going to use right now. Adam Johnson going to position himself at the net, probably only block 1 out of every 3 times. Instead, they're going to come back and play defense against either Hovland or Dodd.
Trying to save Luyties. Oh, there's an ace. Well, that saves him. So Ricky Luyties dials one up deep. And now all of a sudden it's 8-4.
On the good side, and if I'm Hovland and Dodd, I think about taking a timeout. Ricky Luyties, all the tools, including a very tough jump serve up the middle.
It was just moments ago, 7-1. Now 8-4, and a timeout is taken.
Thank you, Marvin.
So Hovland and Dodd take timeout, and when the Twin Towers do, we have to. We'll be back. Weren't you?
Not exactly my kind of place, I found out later. It only appeals to one gender on the menu, and I was not aware of that when we were visiting the exterior.
Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, semifinal action. Glad you're with us. Hovland and Dodd, Luyties and Johnson. One of the most interesting semifinals we've had this year. Hovland and Dodd jumped out 7-1, but Luyties and Johnson have come back to 9-6. Hovland and Dodd trying to win together the first time since Fresno 2 years ago, 1990. One of the great teams of all time. They won the second most tournaments together ever. Behind Smith and Stoklos, of course. And a little tap down the line. If you missed it, Smith and Stoklos finishing ninth once again. What do you think is their problem, Paul?
Well, I think they have lots of problems. I think it started with Randy Stoklos' injury. They're getting older. St. John turned 35 this year, Randy 31. Stoklos injured for the first time. Their lives have changed. Smith is now married. Randy Stoklos has announced his engagement. I think they have some other distractions off the court. And also, Kirai and Steffes, you know, are really the top team right now, and I think that's affected them mentally. And for years, Smith really bore the brunt of the work. He was served each and every time, but now everybody's serving Randy Stoklos. Stoklos under a lot of pressure, under a lot of work in terms of injuring his shoulder, and the rapport between the two is not very good right now. They are not used to finishing anything below second, certainly.
I'm listening to a lot of player speculation that the engagement, the girlfriend of Randy Stoklos, has caused him to become distracted. He is now with a girl, and he has become engaged to a beautiful girl, carrying coffee. But a lot of players speculating that that is taking away from his game. It's making him distracted. What do you think?
Well, you know, if that's true, I just think it's lame on Randy's part. I mean, look at the professional athletes around the world. I mean, we're in Chicago. Michael George is married, got 2 kids. It doesn't take anything away from his performance.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just something that you have to deal with, and Hovland not able to deal with its very tight set as he goes into the net. But to finish the point on Randy Stoklos, yeah, you know, getting married is part of life.
Right.
You know, and he's got a great career out on the beach.
Is it affecting him or not?
Well, I don't know.
A lot of players say it is.
Well, if it is, it shouldn't be, and he's got to do something about it.
All right. Let's get back to the action. No way to describe that.
But may well be the turning point, and there goes the shirt of
I'll be ripping. Hovland going.
Look, you can't get the last strand anymore.
It's not like those offshore shirts. Ready made to order.
Maybe the play of the game, a gaff set by Ricky Luyties. Mike Dodd going straight down. Adam Johnson with the saving block at 9-8. That is a huge play by Adam Johnson. Just get your hands up, never quit on the play.
So the gloves are off. We're under 5 minutes to go in the game. Hovland and Dodd hanging on by 1.
I think they got to get back to Ricky Luyties. They had all of their success early out to the 7-1 lead serving Ricky Luyties. They've gotten away from that lately.
Why have they changed?
If
Sometimes
they win,
they don't realize, huh?
If they win, I'm going to ask them afterwards. But they got out to the big lead, keeping the ball exclusively on Ricky Luyties, and here they go back to Adam Johnson once again.
Easy lollipop, and he taps it. It was thrown up. Marvin Hall going to say that ball down. A good call.
Yeah.
By
Close
Hall.
call, but good call. And Rick Olmstead probably helping Marvin at the same time. Here you see Tim Hovland flying into your screen, and yeah, he's just a little bit late. Mike Dodd, you know, working so hard, and part of really being focused in on the match is that you see that they're just tuned into every opportunity to score. And even though Tim Hovland didn't get that ball, Mike Dodd was spinning off the net ready to set the ball.
Luyties, we mentioned, just turned 30 for his 30th birthday. Went out with Pat Powers and Al Jantz. They went out to the Volleyball in San Diego and had some lemonade. Whooped it up a little. He said it was a lot of fun. Not so much fun being 30 as Dodd pounds it down the line. Wait till he gets to be 40, up, Paul.
Hey, those were my best years when I was 30.
So Mike Dodd, who is a veteran, the second oldest player on tour, on the regular tour, next to St. John Smith. He'll jump it, and still going to Johnson. And Johnson taps inside. I agree with you, Paul. I think you got to go to Ricky, although he's steadied out a little from the 7-1 deficit.
Yeah, I do not understand why the change. Johnson and Luyties have gotten back into this match with a good jump serving and blocking of Johnson and Luyties. And
all those service receptions, Paul, were early, though, to Luyties. He's not getting hardly any now.
Nope.
So Johnson makes Javi die.
Not a good set. Chance for Johnson and Luyties.
Number of digs made like that in the Karai-Steffes match, a match which Luyties and Johnson lost 14-13 as time ran out. Good shot by Hovland, lobbing down the line.
Yeah, I think Hov and Dodd felt that they may well have had this match under control at 7-1, have gotten a little conservative, just hoping for some mistakes, and Hov, given the second chance, finds the line right up the sideline. But Hovland and Dodd have to get back that intensity that they had at the start of this match.
Kent Steffes at Clearwater. That was a biggie. That was a big money tournament.
Over a year ago.
Yeah. Nice dig. Maybe this is why they're serving him. Oh, Dodd can't get it up there. Tough shot. Oh, look at Hovland. Is he a god? Yes.
Giving it to Richard Nixon to the side stands, victory signs, both left and right.
4 more years. Come on.
Wouldn't we all love it? A great dig by Tim Hovland. Ball spinning a million miles an hour. Mike Dodd shanks it to midcourt. Look at this shot. The rainbow into the wind, although very slight, over the head of Adam Johnson.
An exact replica of Karch Karai's shot 2 weeks ago in San Diego when he looped it over Smith when he was jumping for joy. Once again, the cut by Johnson. 10-8, Hovland and Dodd.
Well, Adam Johnson is a better passer. Ricky Luyties a very solid setter. So I think when you serve Adam Johnson, you're playing right into the teeth of the offense of Adam Johnson and Ricky Luyties. I go back to Ricky Luyties. He's not as good a passer. AJ not as consistent a setter.
Working on Hovland. And Hovland gets it by. Former Trojan against a former Bruin. Mike Dodd went to San Diego State. Adam Johnson, USC player. And so Hovland and Dodd will have the ball leading by 2. 3:57 to go in the game. Dodd, of course, is married to women's professional star, Patty Dodd, formerly Patty Orozco, who came out of Bogota, Colombia, to play at UCLA.
Had a great college career, doing very well on the beach now, and it has had an equally good career on the beach in the years past.
Women this weekend playing in Hermosa Beach, California.
Well, here's the good combo offensively. Once again, he had been slicing cross court, but Adam Johnson, when set in the middle, can hammer angle or pull the ball back across his body. I think the key to this is serving tough. Back to Ricky Luyties, Adam Johnson racking up the kills and the digs.
So here comes Johnson wearing his foot digs, blue color today. And Dodd sneaks one inside Luyties. Boy, Luyties thought he had that one all the way.
He was all over it and really wondering, you know, blocking is such a frustrating skill. You can be in the right spot. You can reach over the net early. You can get to it. But just not executing. Luyties there reaching, stretching, reminding himself that he's got to get his hands over the net earlier.
So Tim Hovland started playing volleyball when he was 10 years old. Married to Pam. Daughters Pam Hunter and Tara.
Hunter's a boy.
Okay, AJ gets a side out. We'll take a short break. Hovland and Dodd 10-8 when we come back. And the fans are looking for Hovland and Dodd. 2:48 to play in the game. Time could run out on this particular match. We'll see. Ricky Boomba.
Ricky Luyties signing out.
So Ricky Luyties.
Once again, Adam Johnson setting the ball extremely well. Mike Dodd jumps. You see him drift out, just leaves too much of the meat of the court, the middle of the court, for Tim Hovland to dig and cover defensively.
So far, the leading killer, the most lethal weapon, did play in Montpellier, France this year, indoors. So he broke his hand. He broke his hand actually on February 28th. Diving for a ball. It caught. His 2 bones clacked together. He said they tore the ligaments.
Mike Dodd back to serve.
See the up and down series for Ricky Luyties. Really came into his own last year.
Nice shot. Nice.
Very nice.
Over the top.
So Marco for side out. AJ will come back to serve.
Not a bad idea mixing it up against Ricky Luyties. Mike Dodd with the cross-court jump serve to him one time, or Tim Hovland, I should say, and then his partner Mike Dodd coming back with the sky ball. Don't let Ricky get into a good, comfortable rhythm.
Hovland and Dodd led 7-1 and 8-2. Luyties and Johnson have come back. They outscored them 8-3. It's now 11-9, Hovland and Dodd. They're trying to hang on here. Johnson poke it over, and Dodd scrambles it up, trying to save a point here. Dodd, no!
Luyties and Johnson.
I'll tell you, the key to that was Tim Hovland thought the ball was clearly to the sand, but AJ makes the great defensive play right here, never giving up on the ball. See, Hov was stuck at the net, and then Mike Dodd had to cover the entire court virtually by himself and couldn't make the play at the end. That ball tried everything to get over, just couldn't make it.
Little doubt that Adam Johnson, if he's not the best defensive player on tour, certainly one of the top 2 or 3.
You know who's playing great defense right now? Karch Kirai and Ken Steffes. They're both playing superb defense. You have to put Brian Lewis up there.
Are they better than Johnson, do you think, defensively?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think those are the top 3 right now.
Improved last year. This year a star. I was a star last year. What am I talking about?
Let's not forget the 12 or 14 dig performance by St. John Smith in San Diego a couple of weeks ago.
Best performance by Smith in a long time.
Yep.
Luyties thumps it down. St. John Smith, you might remember it, 14 digs, a very close loss to Karch Kirai and Ken Steffes. Was that a fabulous final in sudden death? And so Ricky Luyties. Right here, Sam Lagan in the background, the 88th gold medalist. At the start, the first 3 matches, and they were down to Argentina, and Jeff Stork came in and replaced him. He said it was quite a thrill to play those matches and get a chance to play. He thought he was just going to play against Tunisia.
Sure, because he was clearly the backup. I mean, it's like the #1 quarterback, and the #2 quarterback only comes in an emergency or an injury, and that was the case. Jeff Stork had a sprained ankle.
2:19 to go. Javi Dodd by a point. Ricky. Ooh, and he just got it through there. Hov swiped at it. It hit the net and dribbled over.
Boy, Hov was right there, had read the play. That was a big opportunity to score. Where does this ball get by Tim Hovland? Look at him jump into the cross court. It's down the net from him. It's down. He swiped at it, but that was a great shot by Ricky Luyties.
AJ trailing by 1. Hovland. And Hovland off Luyties. That's legal. And Johnson hits it through. Double contact. Legal on the block.
The block counts as a contact. That's 1 up top. And then Ricky Luyties never gave up on this ball. It rattles inside. Look, he never gives up on it. Scoops the ball out. And then AJ with a great shot. You know, it looked like it hit Ricky Luyties in the chest as well.
But that's okay.
It is one movement. Yeah. One movement after the ball.
You can rattle around in there, but it all counts as 1 off the block. We're tied at 11. Boy, Hovland passing very well. And that time he slithers one into the corner. So Hovland getting some work.
Well, we've got a game to 4, just over 2 minutes on the clock. And right now, I would give the advantage to Luyties and Johnson because of their ability to score with a jump serve.
And Luyties and Johnson going to take time out. So might have been a little fatigued after that long rally. Hovland and Dodd, Luyties and Johnson tied at 11.
Today's event brought to you by
Experience Adam Johnson ripping cross court, radar antenna up, and Hov, all he wants to do is get the ball back onto his side. He accomplishes exactly that, looking for the free ball. Instead, right to him, the pokey with the left, a key score at 13-12. And if you think volleyball is hot, it's as hot as the day is here in Chicago. These are all people who've come down, set up their own nets. That's their own equipment, not provided by the city. And there are 30, 40, 50 courts to the south of us and several more to the north. And I went for a long run yesterday afternoon, and it's the same on every section of beach as you go along the lakefront in Chicago. Volleyball courts everywhere.
Mike Dodd and his partner Tim Hovland trying to pull the upset. They're veterans now. Once upon a time, it would have been Johnson and Luyties trying to pull the upset. No more. Johnson and Luyties trailing Javi Dodd 13-12. Johnson and Dodd is right there. Big play here. Dodd, not yet. Little spear job by Johnson. Dodd. Yeah! Oh, my God.
Great play. Great play defensively. And you remember how much trouble he used to have converting from the left out of transition? Again, he's swinging his arms. He's jumping harder. The second swing from Mike Dodd right up the middle. You see Adam Johnson broke left to cover the angle.
Now, game point for Hovland and Dodd. And timeout taken by Luyties and Johnson. Only 38 seconds remain in this game. So Hovland and Dodd have a great shot as they try to move into the finals against Karch Karai and Kent Steppes.
But if you're wondering about the time, 38 seconds, plenty of time for Johnson and Luyties to make a comeback.
Roger Clark, he's going to be involved in the beach bag. Volleyball news with Paul Sunday and his stuff. And of course, no more waiting in the wings for these guys, huh? They're waiting in the shade. That's all at halftime. Stay with us. As Mike Dodd trying to serve it out here. I think you're going to see emotion from Hovland and Dodd if they win this. Some good emotion. First, game point. Johnson. Dodd with a dig. This could be it.
Gotta come, gotta come.
That's a great shot. Hovland, yes, he got it up. And kept in play. Johnson, clock ticking, 21 seconds. Blocked. Clock still ticking. Johnson, nobody up. And it's on the line. But eating up precious time as the clock has run down to 16 seconds.
Still time for Johnson and Luyties. They need an ace. They need a quick stuff block. They must score, however, right here and now consecutive points. Hovland and Dodd only thinking about siding out.
16 seconds if you're wondering. Time for 4, maybe 5 plays, depending if you get an ace in there. Ace takes 1 second. Service error, 1 second. Side out, 4 seconds. And any kind of rally, 5 on up. Let's see what Johnson does here.
I think we're going to see the ball put in play 3 more times max. Johnson and Luyties have got to score this time.
Pressure to get it in. 14-12, Javi Dodd. Oh, and he missed it. So a tough chance. If you ever tried the jump serve on the beach, it's not that easy to get in with no pressure. And when you're trailing, so that only took about 0.8 of a second. 15 seconds. Do you send it up right now if you're Hovland?
Hov doesn't have the sky ball. He's just going for the deep lollipop, trying to serve the ball as high and as deep as he can, take a couple of seconds off the clock.
Second game point. Johnson needs termination quickly. No, Hovland Dodd going to win this game.
Yeah, this is over.
6 seconds to go. Johnson tipping down. 4 seconds. So still possible. You need the ace now. You need the ace somewhere in the equation as Hovland and Dodd lead 14-12 by 2.
The only chance that Luyties and Johnson have is if Ricky Luyties serves a clear ace right here now. Otherwise, just not enough time.
Got to have an ace. And then put 1 more ball in play and get that rally. Luyties. Can he pull it out? No, it's long. And Hovland and Dodd, Javi knows it, are going to move into the finals. And Luyties and Johnson also know it. As Hovland, the maestro, the wild thing, will win this match. 1 more rally to go, and this will do it. Luyties puts it away, but that's it. The Twin Towers are back into the finals. Hovland and Dodd, Karai and Steppes. Yes, they'll be in our finals. We'll take time out. Our halftime is coming up.